Hey, what's up, whoever joined? How's it going? I'm just getting everything set up, so just give me 1 second here. What's up, Salad? What's happening? I'm just getting everything set up. Just give me 2 seconds here. Put the date in here. 3/12. All right, boom. I'm almost done setting everything up. So what's new? What's good, Salad? Oh, I gotta reverse it. My bad. Have I been busy? Actually, today, yes, we were a little bit busy. Um, always dies about right now. I just had like 4 or 5 people leave, so I figured I'd stream real fast. Um, let's put a banner up.
This year is gonna have some great games, so I have.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna have some really awesome games. Starting with Far Cry here coming out real soon, the end of the month, and then you got God of War next month. There's a lot of good games coming out. What are you looking forward to? Far Cry is my next one, and then God of War. Those are the next 2 games I'll be buying myself, for me personally. I've been streaming a lot of. I don't know if you saw, but I've been streaming a lot of retro games. I'm getting used to setting it up in my. I got my PC and I got an Elgato and I'm getting all my graphics set up. But I haven't got it all set up quite yet. Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 looks awesome. How's it going?
How are you?
Good. Anything I can help you with?
If you can look at this, see what you think about this disc, but
No.
it's not installing. It keeps getting to like maybe 1-2%, and then it just check the disc, please. Please check the disc.
Yeah, it's got a few tiny little scratches.
Yeah, it says I don't know. I mean,
That's not bad. We probably could fix it, but not at this store. We got a Blu-ray machine that fixed at our other store.
damn.
Let me see. Yeah, I just don't have a Blu-ray. I can pop it in mine and see what it does.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Shit, it might be mine too. I don't know.
Let's see what happens here.
So you got one over at the Fremont one?
Yeah. This 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 the machine we have.
Yeah.
The machine is the word I'm looking for. Doesn't have can't do Blu-rays here. Our other one can. It is kind of like Blu-rays are hard to fix. This one's not bad though, so let's update later. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does on mine though. And if you hear me talking to random people, it's because I'm streaming. Hello, Tattoo.
Oh, nice.
Tattoo Inc. Yeah, live from.
How much are one of those cameras? I streamed too, but I didn't know if those worked on it or not.
They are $59.99.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have to be like a certain one? I think I was looking online at some. It said maybe there was like an earlier production of one, and then there was.
This is the first one, and they were square.
All right.
The other ones, they're round, but they're the exact same thing.
Okay.
They just changed the outside look of them.
Okay.
But they work great. They're good cameras.
Sweet.
Yeah, you can stream games. I'm streaming. It's called the Playroom now, so it's just me talking,
cool.
and people are asking me questions. And oh, you changed your name from WWF TM? That's cool. That's good. Thanks for telling me that, because then I wouldn't have known. I would have told you to subscribe and like. So you've been seeing me do the retro game streams. They better do they better do a good job on this next Call of Duty. I always like the Black Ops myself, so I'm hoping. It's kind of weird. I'll probably buy that one twice because it's also coming out on Switch. I'll probably get it on Switch and PS4. It seems to be installing here.
Man, I hope it's not mine. I mean,
Yeah.
mine's only a year old. Great.
Yeah, it looks like it's going all the way too.
Yeah, I figured it. I don't know. That doesn't look like it's scratched enough to be.
No,
bad.
it looked pretty good. That's
It's-
why I was.
I think it's something to do with mine. I mean, I don't know how though. It's only a year old. It's one of those slim gray ones.
Those are usually better, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know why. What's going on with it?
I agree.
The warranty
Sam.
just freaking ran out too. So if something is wrong with it, I'm screwed.
That blows. That blows. I mean,
It's installed other games too. I mean, but
you know what? I've seen some weird stuff, especially with Xbox. I remember I've seen one time where this guy, for whatever reason, he could not install Rainbow Six, and he would bring it back to it. He kept buying it from us. He's like, "You guys sold me another defective one." So we pop it in our machine, it worked fine.
right.
And then he'd bring back, "Got another one. What did you know?" And I'm like, look, dude. I go,
Right.
every one you've brought back, I've popped in my machine and it works fine. I go, I don't know what's going on. I go, bring in your system. He brought in a system. We tried every copy of Rainbow Six we had because we had like a bunch of used ones.
Yeah.
Not a single one would work in his. Every other game worked fine, but Rainbow Six would just not work in that guy's machine.
What the heck?
So I don't know if other stuff's. That's bizarre.
Another thing that's happening with it too is I'm playing that Dragon Ball Fighters game and I digitally bought it
Mhm.
and it's for like I don't know, since the release of it I've played maybe an hour or two of it
Uh-huh.
because 5 minutes into playing the game it just takes me straight to the dashboard
Weird.
and then I have to replay the entire loading screen and everything all over again.
Let me see what.
I don't know if it's my Xbox or what.
That sounds weird. I tell you, I don't. If I had like a used one, I'd probably swap you this disc just to see. But I don't have another one. I only have a new one.
All right. How much is it?
Oh, I think this game's $30 new. Let me see.
Damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I got it on PS4 and the computer, but it looks terrible on my computer. On the PS4.
I got it on PS4 and I got it. Yeah, it's $30. I got it on PS4 and I got it on my Switch, but it's kind of looks janky on the Switch.
Yeah.
But that's to be expected. It's running at a much lower resolution on the Switch. It plays good though. Yeah, I don't know. It worked loaded fine for us.
That's alright. Thank
Maybe
you, sir.
Yeah, sorry.
I like what the Browns did.
I never want. I swear every time I open my mouth and I say they can't get any worse, they get worse. So I really don't want to say, but I think they did good.
I think they did.
Yeah, I like Tyrod Taylor.
I did. Yeah,
I like,
kind of liked him too.
It was up to Alf. I like Tyrod Taylor. I like that cornerback from Green Bay is real good. I hated Kaiser, so I'm glad he's gone. He was a turnover machine.
Mm-hmm.
Landry from Miami. Oh my God,
Oh,
dude's
yeah,
that dude's phenomenal. Him and Josh. If Josh Gordon cannot fall off the wagon this offseason, him and Landry and Corey Coleman, and then you got Duke Johnson, and then if they get Barkley maybe at one, that's a hell of an offense.
There even been talks too. Might they try to get Pryor back, Terrell Pryor.
He'd be like Yeah, I don't know.
Those 3 wide
Yeah,
receivers.
yeah. I think they're going to get rid of Corey Coleman.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. If we got
Yeah.
Pryor, we get rid of Coleman.
I
How
will
much
warn you.
is this?
Those are 30. Wait, no, those are 59.
Alright.
The only thing is, you have one of the smaller systems, and they don't plug in. There's an adapter that you need to buy.
Okay.
Now, this is where I'm going to warn you. The adapters are supposed to be $40.
All right.
That they stopped making them back in December, and the cheapest you can find one now online is about $200, which is crazy. I'm pretty sure some company will make an off-brand one soon, but you can't get a Connect on those small ones unless you have that adapter.
I don't really stream too much on the Xbox anyways. I mainly stream from the PlayStation, just playing Fortnite. That's about it.
I love Fortnite.
Yeah. Game's too damn fun.
It is. I'm not very good at it, but I like it.
Yeah, same here.
I have fun. And even when you die, like, you can get right back in the game real quick.
Right.
So that's what makes a good online game. Like, you're playing more than you're not. I hate a lot of the games now where after the game ends, you go back into a lobby and you wait for like 2, 3, 4 minutes before.
Right. Yeah,
the waiting kills you. The good games, man, you just keep going.
Yeah.
That's what Rocket League, when you're done with your game, you're back playing a game in about like 20, 30 seconds. You're into another game. What's up? Man. Yeah. Sorry.
Stop in here tomorrow or something.
All right.
Some more games. We gotta get out of here.
All right. Maybe give it another try. Maybe it'll.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
Have a good
All
one.
right.
Man.
Trolling, why are you advertising my arch nemesis? Don't come in here advertising lame stop. What's up, Delve? You always got a little salads. Oh, Lakers, what's up? You beat my Cavs last night. My Cavs played like poop. Actually, I saw the best tweet because the Cavs lost to both the Lakers and the Clippers. It said LA nightlife 2, Cavs 0. I think the Cavs were out partying too much. Plus, we're missing like 3 starters. We're missing Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson and Hood. GameStop is an evil name to say in my stream. Actually, GameStop is all bad. I worked for them for a long time. They are. They're all bad. 100% evil. Evil company. I know. I worked for them for like a decade. A game last night, I stopped watching because the Cavs were just annoying me. They couldn't make any shots, and I turned it off after the third quarter. I was like, there's no way they're winning this game. They play like poop. They deserve to lose. Nah, I wouldn't buy a cooling fan for. I don't think cooling fans. I don't know. It depends. I think they're just kind of a gimmick. If your fan's out on your PS4, or if your fan sounds bad, maybe. And if it plugs in through the USB, I would say so. But make sure you don't get one that like siphons power off of the main power adapter. But what's up, you again? I don't think I've ever seen you in here before. But if I have, I'm sorry. My memory's terrible. I think Far Cry 5 looks awesome. I can't wait. Far Cry 5 and God of War are my next 2 games I'm going to be getting. Hey, and if you guys aren't subscribed to me, subscribe to me and hit the notification so you know when I'm on, because I've been doing a lot of not live from PlayStation streams. I've been doing just straight YouTube streams where I'm streaming like all kinds of games, mainly like old retro games, but doing it from my house. So just buy a fridge and put the console in the fridge. That's what you do with salad. You don't do that with consoles salad. Yeah, so I do this stream from the store. If you don't know you, again, I don't know if I've ever seen you in here, but I have 2 stores and I stream from the store live a couple times a week usually. But I've also been setting up, I'm just getting into it, I'm setting up streaming from my house, so I'm streaming all kinds of games, a little bit of everything. I'll probably stream some Switch tonight. Maybe I'll hook up my Raspberry Pi. I might stream later tonight, probably I would say around 10:30. It works, just don't slam the door. Okay. I'm sure it does work. I bet if I search YouTube right now, there's probably a YouTube video of somebody having their PS4 in their refrigerator. Just put a bunch of ice on it. Put it in a cooler with a bunch of ice. Don't do that, though. Unless you have it waterproof. I am not a Division fan. However, everybody's saying the Division is way better than it was when it first came out. So the Division, I will say I have noticed a lot more people buying the Division lately. The Division's been selling a lot better lately. Everybody seems to be liking the Division again. I'm not that big on it. I never was, so I don't think it'll. I'm not really into massively multiplayer online games. I'm kind of a loner. I don't play well with others. How much do I sell what for, Lakers? Even when I play like first-person shooters, I'm kind of like a lone wolf type of player. I like to sneak around and flank the enemies. I don't like, being in big groups of people. Oh, the Division? Let me see. No, it's cheap. Hello. It's $15.99. How's it? I'm talking to people online. Okay. That's a light, right? DS light. Yeah, it's got it.
You got the juice, right?
I don't.
Is that what?
$288 is the total. There you go. Thank you. Tattoo ink. It's gonna take me a while to remember that. Yeah, Division's $15.99. It's gonna take me a while to remember your WWFTM. Smelling fresh. That was a hell of a quick shower. By the way, have any of you tried the new Mountain Dew Ice? I'll give you a tip. Don't. It's basically Sprite. I don't know. It's Mountain Dew Sprite. I was like, oh, I'll try this new Mountain Dew. I'm like, it's just Sprite. Yeah, it's Sprite. You never tried Mountain Dew salad. You're not living. I love Mountain Dew. Too much. I don't drink it that much, though. I used to drink it way too much in college. You got stuck playing Knack. Knack is actually... I like Knack. Knack's decent. I don't mind Knack. I don't think I ever got stuck though playing Knack. I beat Knack. I'm like I went halfway through Knack 2. I haven't finished Knack 2 yet. How can you have never tried Mountain Dew? Oh, you're such a rebel. You're gonna try Mountain Dew. It's good. It's good. It's very. Do you drink much? Do you drink much pop or soda or whatever you guys call it wherever you're at? Customers, Delve. I'm more important than customers. Don't just ignore the customers. They're not important. Do you drink pop salad or soda? Wherever you're from, depending. Yeah, customers. Hey, Delv, I did hear everything you and Adam were saying last night. For whatever reason, my comments weren't coming through. I have a Nintendo for you somewhere. Salad only drinks water. You drink soda? Okay. Well, Mountain Dew's pretty sugary, but it's good. You'll play double? Alright, it's sold. Sorry, Delv, I don't have any N64s. I'm all out. Actually, I know I got another one, too. Actually, I only got the one. Whatever. Sorry, I'm selling it to Salad. He's paying double. Delve, is your dog okay? Delve abused her dog last night. She's a dog abuser. She beat her dog with a giant board live on stream. See, look, she admits it. She hit her with a board. I saw you had a string attached to that board and you pulled it. Made that board fall on your dog. The dog abuser has been lifted from Salad and now goes to Delve. So we're gonna give Delve a dog abuser award. So the next streaming awards, Delve will get a dog abuser award. Animal abuse award. The award for animal abuse goes to the homebodies. Yeah, I know you couldn't stop laughing. You're laughing at your poor dog that got abused. Knack 2 and Rayman Legends, those are both solid games. The best dog abuse, the best animal abuse goes to the homebodies. Animal Cruelty Award. Yeah, Dragon Slayer. For those of you who don't know, I guess I'll tell the story. A lady last week came in here, and actually I had just started streaming, and they bought a few games, and she stole some of my candy on the counter. Some of the candy that's like right there. Like I had to go in the back to grab a game. And the minute I turned my back, she stole some candies. And I didn't know who she was. I did call the police because I saw it on camera. She's clearly stole 2 candies. But I posted the video on a local Facebook site, And like in one day, it had about 700 views in one day from the Facebook site, and everybody told me who she was. I even had her aunt called me and told me, don't let her get off because she steals from everybody. She steals from me. She steals from all her family, and she always gets off. She always gets away with it. So she like begged me not to let her get off. Then her mom came in, and she came in. They begged not to press charges, and they paid for the candy. I still press charges though. I told them that I would tell them that you paid for the candy, so hopefully they'd be lenient on you. But it gets better. They were begging me not to press charges, not because, they were really worried about the charges. What they were worried about is what she studies in college. And what she is a major in college is criminal justice. And I almost feel like I had to keep the charges on. I feel like I'm doing the world a solid just by keeping her from becoming something in criminal justice. If you're a criminal, you shouldn't be in criminal justice. We don't need more dirty cops or anything like that. I love the cops, but we don't need any dirty ones. But that's just crazy. You're in criminal justice and you're gonna steal petty little stuff like that. And then what she stole candy. It's like the dumbest thing to steal. Like it's such a dumb thing to steal. Like I feel like you stole something so dumb that you deserve whatever happens to you. You stole a dumb item. Yeah, she's a criminal justice major and she's a criminal. I say screw her. I don't feel bad at all for her. And actually, there was a part of me that was leaning towards like not pressing charges. But my wife, she's like, you better keep those charges on. Or, my wife was like more vicious than me. And most people, almost everybody that contacted me said, please keep the charges on. Do not like let her off. Even some of her relatives. It was kind of crazy. Well, that's the thing. Everybody, I almost don't believe people when I'm streaming because almost everybody on stream says, that guy's stealing, that girl's stealing, I usually catch the people stealing. There were, the one day, though, when I was streaming, there were some guys that were trying to steal, but they didn't. Yeah, it's messed up. And actually, I've told this story so many times now because I was on a podcast last Tuesday talking about it, and it's kind of went crazy. No, my wife is not. My wife's actually a pharmacist. If you want to know, she's a drug dealer, but she's a legal drug dealer. So what are you guys playing? It was messed up, Dragon. And now that there's a few more people, I'll tell you guys, make sure you're subscribing and liking because I'm doing more just YouTube streams, not live from PlayStation streams. I'm doing more streaming from my house, and I'm just doing it on YouTube. Freaking ad on your stream. What the fuck? When did that start? I've been putting ads. You can skip them though. I think I put where you could skip it. See, chicken, it's just the way. I haven't made a single dime off this stuff yet, so why not? And make sure you subscribe and like because I'm doing more streaming from my house. Lately. This weekend I was doing a lot of retro games, but I'm going to do some like modern stuff too. By the way, what's up, Sea Chicken? What's up, Mark? Thong life. All right. No, I'm not wearing a thong right now. Sorry. Sorry to disappoint you. Salad, are you on drugs? The lady was hungry for candy. She took it without buying. She was a big girl, so maybe. You're gonna steal candy on Monday. All right, no. Actually, it'd be funny if you pretend to steal some on Monday. You can steal it, and then all the streamers can tell on you. We'll act it out. Nobody heard that. Just me and you. (16-0) go Browns. God, Mark, from your lips to God's ears. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. See, chicken, your avatar kind of looks like one of my employees. It's kind of funny. It's the first time you've seen the ad on the stream. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I started clicking the box to monetize it. Why not? Why not if I'm streaming? Why not get a few cents? I haven't earned a dime yet. It's funny because like when you monetize your channel on YouTube, you get paid for how many views or whatever. And if you skip the commercials, you don't get paid for those. And actually, what really sucks is people watching on live from PlayStation. For whatever reason, YouTube is not giving credit to people that are watching on live for PlayStation right now. The other day, I had like 100 people in my room, and at one time I had 100, and the next day I go to check my views. It said I had 80 people. I only had 80 views. So basic math, I should have had at least 100, but odds are more. Usually, if I'm getting 100 people in a room, that's usually closer to 1,000 views because not everybody stays and people are coming and going all the time. But for whatever reason, people watching on live from PlayStation aren't registering right now. But I think like the most one of my videos have ever generated was like $10, and I still haven't got any money because you have to get over $100 before they give you any money. Time to switch to Twitch. I've been debating it, Delve. I kind of like YouTube though. Not that Twitch isn't better, but what's cool, me in front of the camera, I'm a little bit more family friendly, and there are a lot of kids that, even though I talk about some other stuff, there's a lot of kids that watch this, and I don't think the kids are really on Twitch. So, yeah, Troy, they did. It was almost like they woke up from about 20 years of sleep. It's crazy. They did. They actually woke up. Troy, never seen you in here, but welcome. Subscribe and like, please. I do a lot of streams from my house now too, and I don't do it on live from PlayStation. Grabbing the kids. No, but actually, I didn't stream for when it was busier over the holidays. I didn't stream for probably like 3-4 weeks, and I actually got a call from a mom in New York, which was kind of crazy, and she goes, "Are you one of the people that do the stream?" And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And she's like, well, you haven't been streaming in a while. My son was wondering if you're okay. And I'm like, how old's your son? He was like 12 or something, or 11 or 12. And she goes, yeah, you'd be surprised how many of him and his friends watch your store streams. And I'm like, really? And it just was, it was Salad's mom. That explains it. It was kind of cool, though. It kind of made me want to stream again. So, but that's like back in December is when the stupid YouTube stopped counting people on live from PlayStation. Now you get more people on live from PlayStation, but you're not getting counted for it. So, but it was really cool. She seemed pretty genuine and said her son really liked it. And they said they planned to, in the summertime, they come and vacation here sometimes. So they were going to vacation here this summer and they're going to come in. So it was kind of cool. Just kind of a cool little story. Made me want to stream again. I would stream some Nintendo games, but they'll completely demonetize you. You know what? I could do some Switch games that aren't Nintendo games. She doesn't even know us. 15 minutes left. Is that what? Yeah, you know what? There is 15 minutes. But I'm gonna keep streaming after I close, like as I'm closing out, and also I'll be streaming tonight. I think about 10:30 or so. I'm gonna do a stream. What should I stream? Should I stick with old school games? Probably hook up my Raspberry Pi tonight. I'm a little too short to sit down. I'll probably hook up my Raspberry Pi tonight or my Switch to it. What should I do? Should I do Switch or Raspberry Pi and just do a bunch of old school games? I've been doing my SNES Classic lately, but kind of want to do something else. If I do my Raspberry Pi, I can do all kinds of arcade games and for you guys that are new, here's what the rest of the store looks like. So lift it up a little bit. Got a couple arcade games up there. SNES hack, but that's what I've been doing the last couple. Old school, go old school. That's what I've been doing. I'll do the Raspberry Pi. I'll hook up the Raspberry Pi and play a bunch of old school games. Down in my old basement. I got a pretty nice setup down there, though. I've been kind of getting my room all together to make it kind of like a cool little streaming room. And plus, down in the basement, I'm like in this room that's like super quiet. So like, if I go down there and close the door, even if my kids and stuff are loud upstairs, you won't be able to hear them. You'll just be able to hear me. Peter Turner. Everybody's saying old school, so I guess I'll go old school. I think I'm gonna go Raspberry Pi though, because I have almost every old school game on there. So. I did the SNES Classic just because it was so quick and easy to do. It's funny, I have like almost 300 games on the SNES Classics, and people last night were like doing a request, and like 3 in a row they picked like 3 games I didn't have out of all the games. So I was like, really, you guys are picking like just a couple I don't have on here. SNES hack, but I've done the SNES hack like 2 days in a row now. I think I'm going to go Raspberry Pi. I have all the same games on the Raspberry Pi and more. I have a 128 gig stick of, it's like 10,000 games. You like Raspberry Pi? It's a different type of pie. So what games are you guys looking forward to? I know everybody said Far Cry 5, God of War. I mean, my number one game this year will be Red Dead Redemption 2, but that's not till October. But I plan on getting Far Cry, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption. I think this is going to be a pretty good year for games. I can't wait to see what is announced. I like apple pie too. I can't wait to see what's announced at E3. It was fun when I was setting up my room too. Speaking of E3, I was going through and I kept finding all my old passes for E3, all my old badges. So I was kind of like hanging them up, making a display with them. And the one year was awesome because I actually got my distributor was awesome, and they hooked us up. They got us behind the scenes at Microsoft where we had these little. You had to have this little sticker on your badge. And it was a special Xbox sticker, but if you had that, you could go back to their... if you guys don't know, E3 is really... There's 2 E3s. What's up, Iroquois? There's the regular E3, and then there's all the cool shit behind closed doors. They always say behind closed doors. Well, I was able to get behind closed doors at most of the things that year, and it was awesome. That's where you see all the stuff that they don't want the regular people seeing. And that's why I would say if you don't have a hookup and you can't get behind closed doors, it's not worth going to E3. If you just go there normally, it's kind of become crappy. All the good stuff is behind closed doors. So every booth, like Microsoft will have a booth where, you know, the normal everybody can just come in, try out some games. And then they have another booth where it's like closed off to the public. And that's where all the good shit is. and I got behind the scenes at Microsoft, Bethesda. I had an EA. The EA pass was cool because it was this giant pass and it said Media VIP. PS5. I've heard rumors it's going to be next year. I think it's going to be the year after that, though. I think it's going to be 2020. But I would be happy if it came out next Christmas time. Not this Christmas time, but next Christmas time. I think that would be fine. I know a lot of people don't like that, but we used to go every 5 years like clockwork. A new game system would come out. And then the Wii, PS3, and Xbox 360 happened. And I know a lot of people like that it went 10 years, but that sucked. And that almost killed video gaming, console gaming. That's why PC is as popular as it is now, because Xbox went, if you think about it, when 360 came out and when PS3 came out and when the Wii came out, there were no smartphones. There were no iPads. There was none of that stuff. So in the span of when the 360 and the PS3 came out, you had smartphones, and phones, by the time the 360 was done, by the time the Xbox One and PS4 came out, the phones were more powerful than the 360 and the PS3. So they went from having the cool new hip technology to being old boring technology. That's way too long for any type of technology to last. They can never do that again. Otherwise, they might as well just quit making consoles. Yeah, behind doors is where all the freaky stuff happens. You know what's funny? I was talking to somebody the other day. I have a funny story. I actually, 2 years in a row at E3, somebody bumped into me, and I turn around and it's Snoop Dogg. And I'm sitting there playing Madden, and I get bumped like pretty hard. And I turn around, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man." He was actually the coolest dude. And I was just kind of, dumbfounded for a second. And I was like, "Hey, Snoop." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he had like 6 huge bodyguards with him. And I was like, "That's okay. Can I get a picture?" And he's like, "Sure." So I got like a selfie with Snoop real fast. So that was cool. Then the next year, this was a while ago. The next year, it was the E3, and at the same time, the Lakers, if LA is still in here, the Lakers and the Celtics were in the finals. And if you guys don't know, E3 is in a convention center. It's right next to the Staples Center. So you had E3 and the Staples Center, and you had the finals going on. And what sucked is the one game. And this was, I think it was Game 5 or whatever. It was when the Lakers were 1 game away from winning it all. And E3 was done about 6 p.m. And the game for the Lakers started at 7 p.m. So you had everybody leaving the convention center at 6 and everybody trying to get to the game at 7. I've never seen so many people. And then you got everybody flowing into the stadium and everybody trying to leave E3, so you had just these masses of people and nobody could go anywhere. And it's like 6:30 and we're walking in front of Staples Center, and there's some guys. Thanks, Eric. There's some guys running, and I get bumped into again, and it's freaking Snoop Dogg again. He was running to go to the entrance, and he had Puff Daddy, Sean Puffy Combs, with him. And he's like, "Oh, sorry." I'm like, "That's all right. Get in the game." And he ran in the game. I mean, he didn't really say anything to me, but he said, "Sorry." Like, what are the odds? Like, I don't know what it is, but Snoop Dogg likes to run into me. It's the funniest. It's kind of one of those dumb stories, but it's funny. So I bumped into Snoop twice in L.A. Now we're buds like that. I don't think I could hang with Snoop. I'll be honest. But he is actually generally a nice dude. He seemed really nice, down to earth guy. But yeah, it's kind of cool when you're at E3. There are a lot of celebrities walking around, and I met a lot of celebrities there. That's the cool part of E3. But you usually meet the celebrities. All the celebrities are behind the scenes, so that's the only time you see the celebrities is when you're back. You don't see the celebrities walking around with the normal people. You'll only see them if you get back behind closed doors, because they don't want to deal with the unwashed masses either. So, but that's why they have a behind the scenes too, is because a lot of celebrities want to go check stuff out. Yeah, that's Snoop. The year that Snoop Dogg ran into me too. I believe he was in Tekken. He was one of the characters in Tekken, so that's why he was there. One of the coolest stories. I was in line. This I couldn't believe because I couldn't get behind the scenes for Nintendo. So I was just in line, and Nintendo loves to have long lines in their booths, which suck. But I was in line waiting to play some Wii game. It was a few years ago, and behind me there's just an older gentleman sitting behind me, and I look at his name tag because everybody that's in there has to wear a name tag, and it was Matt Groening. And if you guys don't know who that is, that's the creator of The Simpsons, Futurama, all that stuff. He's just waiting like a normal guy just behind me. And did I hear? Yeah, free candy, Mr. Outlaw. He's just waiting behind me. So like while we were waiting in line, I got to talk to Matt Groening, and I was like, "Hey man, I love The Simpsons. I love Futurama." And he goes, "Well, what do you like more, Futurama or The Simpsons?" I go, "I like Futurama more." And so we sat there and talked about Futurama, and he asked me what I did. I think he asked me more about what I did than what he was big into games, and that was back when they were making the more Simpsons games back in the day. And I was like, "Oh, I love the Simpsons arcade game," and I told him, I plan on restoring one of those. Yeah, so it was cool. I met Matt Groening as well. Yes, Mr. Outlaw, free candy. So E3 can be fun, but it can be crazy. Also, that same night where the Lakers won the championship that year, our hotel was right across the street from Staples Center. So I didn't want to be around there when they won because it was going to be crazy. So we went to like a movie, and we went to a comedy club, and then we tried to come back, and oh my god, it was like riots. It was so hard to get back to our hotel. The cops had everything locked down because people were rioting and stuff because they won the championship. I don't understand people that when they win championships they riot like the Eagles fans just did. I mean, I guess being a Cleveland fan, I've only seen one, but we didn't riot. I don't understand I don't understand the logic of ripping shit up when you win. You're just destroying your own city. Oh, I got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe because I'm going to be streaming more at home. Yeah, we had the 0-16 parade. That was stupid. I was totally against that. They shouldn't have called it a parade. It was more of a protest than a parade. They should have called it a protest. A parade makes it sound like it's something fun. By the way, hello, Mark, of the 661X. Is that a 1 or an I? 6IX? Yeah, Def Jam is expensive now, by the way. Yeah, it was here. See, free. It was free game yesterday. Yep, Mr. Outlaw. You can go see the video of the free candy. No, I'm going to keep streaming. I'll probably stream for another half hour or so. Like, it takes me a while to... I got to close up and back up, and my computer's got to back up and all that fun stuff. So I'll keep streaming and talking and answering questions and $5 bin game. We do have $5. We have a bunch of bins where games are under $5. No, the lady stole candy. And then I have another video, one of my earlier videos of a guy stealing an Xbox One controller. I don't have a $1 bin. Got it. All right, so Crisco on the poles in Philadelphia to keep people from climbing. They still climbed them. They still climbed them. I saw the Philadelphia, and it looked crazy. There were like people. I saw the one where they were all on the banner of the hotel, and it crashed down. all on the overhang or whatever. Idiots. Now, I will say Cavs fans did do some stupid stuff. I went to the parade when the Cavs won the championship, and some of them were doing some dumb stuff. There were people climbing up on stuff, but nobody was destroying anything. I would say everybody was pretty civil, except for I do got a story from the Cavs championship parade. I actually almost died at that parade. This was like very little reported, but they had the cops were everywhere. They even had FBI and they had snipers on the roof and everything. They were making sure there were 3 million people at that parade. But what had happened to me was it was so hot that day, and I had watched the parade go by, and there were 4 of us, and me and my cousin and 2 other guys, and they wanted to go down to where they were gonna, do the presentation of the trophy and everything. We were gonna watch the parade, then we were gonna walk to where they were doing the presentation. It was so hot though. Me and my cousin were like, you know what? I don't really feel like standing out there in the sun for a few more hours. So we went to the casino, and which was cool because we were sitting there playing slots, and we had a big camera. We had a big TV right above us. Hello, Jean Paul, and we could see it clear as day. And the Cavs are missing 3 starters, so yeah, they're not playing well right now. So anyway, some teenage kid shot another teenage kid right outside the casino, like I don't know, like half a block from the casino, and you could hear the shots. It was like 4 or 5 shots, like in the casino. And I was playing a few rows over from my cousin, and I was like, "What was that?" And then all of a sudden, the alarms came on in the casino. It was messed up, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I cashed out real fast. I run over to my cousin, and he's like bent down and he's trying to cash out, and you hear the security guards go, "We got an active shooter." We're like, "Oh shit!" Like we were shitting ourselves, and my cousin was like just completely freaking out, couldn't function, and like all the people in the casino were like running to one corner of the casino. They were going to the corner where there's like you would just be stuck in a corner with all these people. And my cousin's like, "Oh, we should go in the corner." I'm like, "I'm not going in that corner." I go, "If somebody comes in here shooting, I want to be moving. I don't want to be stuck in that corner," which might have been a bad decision at the time because I was like, we were like the only 2 up. And I was like, I go, "I want to get out of here." So we were like trying to get out of the casino, and everybody else was like crouched down. So we were like the only 2 like standing, which might have been a mistake because we were going to try to go towards the exit. Well, all of a sudden a door opened up that was not a door you could normally come in and out. And we don't sell hacked NESs. And the SWAT police came through that door, and most of them were SWAT, but there were a couple regular police, and one was a little black lady. And she was scared. She was probably more scared than I was, but she was a cop. And she came through, pointed her gun right at me. And I was like, whoa. And my cousin ducked behind me and used me as a shield, that bastard. And thank God she didn't shoot, because she almost shot me. And it probably would have been my fault, because I was up trying to get out of the damn casino. So, but I put my hands up and she didn't shoot, thank God. But I'll never forget her. And then another cop came through, and he was a real tall. I'll never forget it because she was a short little cop and he was a huge tall cop. And he grabbed me and my cousin. He goes, "Come on, guys, get out of here!" And he literally pushed us out the door as the SWAT was coming in. We were going out the door. And then they caught the kid like a block away that was doing the shooting. But that is my crazy story. I almost got killed by the police. But thank God she didn't shoot. Any chance of Mario Odyssey DLC? We did catch the broad that stole. Yes, they caught her. And Mario DLC, they just had one. They had that balloon mode. What's up, little French lady? It was a good day. But now that it's after 7 and I've been talking, I have to close up. I'm going to keep streaming, so keep asking me questions. But I'm going to go lock the doors. Yeah, well, I posted the video, Chris, on Facebook, and people told me who she was and everything, and we contacted the police. It was easy. Yes, you can hack the SNES, and it is easy. Look up the program. It's called HackChi, HackChi, HackChi. That's what you need to do. It's actually really easy. If you wanna learn how to do it, excuse me. Look up ETA Prime on YouTube and look up SNES hack. ETA Prime SNES hack. And he even has links to where you download the program and everything. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I usually get those last minute customers that don't leave. I can see your comments over here, so. Yeah, we did pretty good today. We had a good day earlier in the day, so. What's up, Kevin? Yeah, you know what? I don't think so. It's kind of hard to take somebody serious that's threatening you when they have a picture of their little baby that's really adorable. Yeah, Mr. Outlaw, that firefighter game's awesome. I can't zoom in on it and see his little baby. Yeah, I might play that more tonight. I'll see. I'm gonna stream about 10:30 tonight. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I'm gonna be streaming from my house. I'm not gonna be doing live from PlayStation because I'm gonna be streaming other stuff. I'm not gonna be streaming non-PlayStation stuff. And hopefully you're smart enough. Hopefully that's not your real name, Kevin. It is. Look me up. I'll check out your channel. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Outlaw, that game's awesome. And what he's talking about, I've been playing the Firefighter on Super Nintendo, which is kind of ironic because the Firemen. Here is the Famicom version of it. That's the one I was playing on there, Mr. Outlaw. It's called the Firemen. This is the Famicom version, but awesome game. Awesome game. Make sure, like I said, about 10:30 tonight. I think 10:30 should be a good time. I plan to stream. Don't have a channel? Okay. Well, if you got a name, you technically have a channel. You just might not have anything on your channel. It does not come with the fireman calendar, no. Yeah, I think YouTube's having issues, Mr. Outlaw. Just look for me tonight if you're going to be up and about. I'll be streaming some old school stuff. It seemed like everybody wanted old school. So everybody that comes in here wants old school stuff. Alright, end of day. Got to back up now. Back up my computer. End of day. There we go. Gave some PS4 game videos on there. Yeah, if you liked stuff or shared stuff, it'll go on your page. I hide all the stuff though that I like. I don't let people know what videos I like and stuff like that. So make sure though you like and subscribe, because then you'll see when I'm online, when I'm not on live from PlayStation. And for whatever reason, live from PlayStation has not been given any YouTubers credit. Like, you don't get credit for people that are watching on live from PlayStation. What is today? The 12th. So what game should I play tonight? Just think of pretty much any old school game. What game should I stream tonight? What is better to hack, the new SNES or the class? You mean the NES or the SNES? I would say the SNES. You know what? Let me switch my cameras. My lights. Duke Nukem. I can't really. I'm thinking more like 2D games, not 3D, even though Duke Nukem's pretty basic. Do the SNES classics, because then you got more buttons, and then you can hack them, and you can have them do Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, Genesis if you want, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and you need those extra buttons. If you do an NES classic, you're only going to have 2 buttons on the controller. I mean, you can hook up. Technically, you can hook up like Wii classic controllers to them, which will give you all those extra buttons. But honestly, the SNES Classic and the NES Classic are exactly the same thing on the inside. It's just a different shell. So they literally are the exact same system. They just have a different shell. So it's the same way to hack either one. But personally, I would get the SNES because it comes with 2 controllers, and you already have 6 buttons. So that's what I would go for. Yeah, you probably don't want to use your real name on here. Especially when you got a picture of your kid. There's a lot of weirdos. Your kid looks cute, though. You own both? I hack both. But I never play my NES one anymore. But my NES one I only put NES games on it. So I have a lot more games. That's the other thing. You only have so much room, so you can't put the entire library of NES or SNES games. Especially SNES games take up more room than NES games, so like you can get more NES games on there than SNES games. Super Nintendo games are just bigger, so they take up more room. I did, on my SNES that I have hacked, I have about 270, 280 games. But I could have got more, but you want to leave at least about 50 megabytes or 60 megabytes, because every time you save a game, a state save, that takes up memory. So like if you fill it up to the, as full as you can get, then you can't save anything, and it'll start messing up if you try to save. So you got to have some memory left for game saves. But they literally are the same system, so it doesn't matter which one you hack. I hope that answers your question. Now I gotta wait for my system to back up, but I can do my email while I do that. My computer's being slow. You can put whatever games you want on there, so you can put the Fireman on there. The Firemen. Yeah, you put whatever you want on there. You just pick whatever games you want. You got to get the ROMs and stuff like that. So just download whatever ROMs you want and you put them on there. And then you go and build into the program. It's got where it'll search for the artwork and stuff for you. Just watch that ETA Prime video on how to do it. He'll walk you through it, and he has the links and everything. Oh, my computer's being dirt slow. Yeah, Mr. Allah, I've been selling video games. Actually, I love video games. I've been playing video games my whole life, but I've been selling video games since 1993. So I've actually worked in a game store since 1993, and I've owned my own game store for about 14 years now. So I've seen it all, done it all, played it all. I know a lot about the business, so yeah. I've forgotten more about video games than most people know. So yeah, I know a lot. And I was funny. I was just talking to Derek. That's why Derek said I should stream all the time. Derek's the one that kind of pushed me to stream. But if you go back and look at my old streams, I wanna put this out there. I said this back right when the like in the first month the Switch was available. I made a bold prediction that the Switch will eventually outsell the Xbox One. Now, I kind of thought it would take like 3, 4, 5 years, maybe 4 or 5 years. There's a chance that the Switch might surpass the Xbox One in sales by next year. So at the pace it's going right now, the Switch is gonna surpass how many Xbox Ones were sold. I think I got a customer trying to come here right now. We're closed, buddy. Yeah, you know what, Juggle? I'm probably gonna do my Raspberry Pi tonight, which has more games than the SNES. So I'm gonna do Classic Stream, but it's gonna be more of that. I'm gonna hook up my Raspberry Pi. So yeah, that was my bold prediction back the month that the stream came out. What's the time? I'll be on probably about 10:30ish. It kind of depends on if my kids aren't bothering me or whatever. They should be in bed and asleep by then, so that's when I'm gonna do it. So it just depends how being an adult goes. Unfortunately, I have to do adult things. Xbox is not struggling, but here's the thing. Like, I think Sony's like closing in on like 75 million sold. Xbox, I think the last time I checked, they were around like 26, 27 million. So like Sony's more than doubled them up. And Switch in 1 year, I think they're right around 15 million. So they're already more than halfway of what Xbox One has sold in 4 years. So the Switch is already, it's about like 60% of what the Xbox One has sold. The Switch is going to surpass it. And if it has another year like it did last year, It's going to surpass it by next year, which is crazy. It might surpass it this year if, depending on how games come out, it might. There's a small chance that it passes the Xbox One by this year. I doubt it because Xbox One is doing all right. That even though that sounds bad, just the PS4 and the Switch are just doing so good that it makes the Xbox One look bad. The Xbox One that's actually a decent number. Switch is doing amazingly good. Yeah, Switch is a home run for Nintendo. I love the Switch. I think it's a great system. So I like all the systems though. But I will say Microsoft is not helping themselves very much. I was out for a while. I got a couple more now in stock today. But the thing you got to think about the Xbox too, a lot of people don't think about it this way. If you buy an Xbox, like at your house, you're gonna get one Xbox, right? And the family usually, some people buy two, and they'll have, like I have two systems usually of everything, because I kind of have one in one room and one in a different room. I'm lazy and I don't feel like moving them. But most people buy one system, okay? But the Switch, just think about it this way: if you have a kid, say you have two kids, and like two boys, for example, and you get a Switch. And one might be cool for a while, but then say you go on vacation and you take the Switch with you, and then they fight over who gets to have the Switch, who gets to hold it, or stuff like that. Then you end up buying two. I think a lot of families will buy two Switches or three Switches. I think almost every kid is going to want a Switch. So I think everybody's going to want to have their own Switch, just like everybody wants their own phone or their own. I think the Switch is going to sell. I don't think it's going to outsell PS4. But it's definitely going to pass Xbox One. I think Switch is going to be the number 2 system this generation. And I made that call back the month the Switch came out, and people call me crazy, but I'm not being called crazy anymore. Kind of, they have a lot of arcade games to download. Like there's like Mario Brothers, and there's a bunch of Neo Geo games, but they don't have the classic games from Nintendo at the moment. Now what they're doing is, this is what they've announced so far, is they have like an Xbox Live service that's coming out, and it's not out yet. But it's a Nintendo Online service, and it's going to be $20 for a year. Which is very reasonable. But part of that service is they're going to have a Netflix style eShop where all like their old classic games are going to be included on that, where you'll get to play those old classic games through that. You got to be a member of their service to do that. So they're doing like a Netflix style for all the old games. For $20, it's kind of reasonable. I wish I could just buy them, but I don't have all the details, so we'll see. I'm sure at E3 we'll find out all of it. Xbox is disappearing. I have a theory. I could be wrong, but I have a theory that Microsoft's not going to make any more consoles. I think the Xbox One X might be their last console, and they might make another one, but I think it'll be more like a Steam box. It'll be like a Windows box. I think they're trying to merge the Xbox games and the Windows games into one. I think they don't care if you're playing on PC or if you're playing on Xbox. They just want you to buy their games. So, Sauce, what did I think about the Browns trade? Yeah, the Browns. Think about it this way, Sauce. I actually I think Tyrod Taylor's decent. He's a decent quarterback. He's way better than anything we've had. But just think, if Josh Gordon doesn't get suspended ever again, if he doesn't smoke weed, you have Josh Gordon, Landry, Corey Coleman, and then you'll have in our backfield, Duke Johnson's actually really good. And we had a pretty good line, and they might draft Barkley. They're going to have an awesome offense. PS Now is actually, it's a streaming service, but there's almost 800 games on PlayStation Now. Xbox One has that Play Now, or what is it called? Xbox, their service, which they have about 100 games on there. But you get like the new games like Sea of Thieves. It's all uphill for the Browns. It's always been uphill for the Browns, Mark. That's what I would do. Barkley at 1 and a quarterback at 4. Because honestly, all the quarterbacks in the draft, there's like 4 or 5 that are. There's not a general consensus on who's the best one. And since we have that number 4 pick, you're going to get Barkley. Take the best player in the draft. You're going to get one of those quarterbacks at 4. You're going to get you'll probably have your pick of 3 of the 5 at number 4. So I don't see the Colts drafting somebody unless they switch. So you're gonna get to pick one of the 5 decent quarterbacks. But you can't take a QB at 1 and still get Barkley at 4. I agree with you, Sauce. And if you get Barkley at 1, that offense is going to be nice. The Browns will actually score points. No, I'm not saying the Browns are going to the playoffs. I'm not even going to. Every time I predicted the Browns would win 5 games last year, so that shows you how far I'm off. I will be ecstatic if the Browns went 500. I would be happy with 500, even if they're like 7-9, flirt with 500. It's funny. My friends get mad at me, like, because I'm okay with Tyrod Taylor. Some of my friends were like, "Oh, we're never gonna win a Super Bowl with him," and I'm like, "Can we just win an effing game first? Can we just be average before we're building the dynasty?" Like, my friends, like, they're funny. I love my friends, but man, are they dumb Browns fans. They're like always talking like the Browns are gonna have this dynasty and shit. Like, oh, you don't want him because he's never going to be a Super Bowl quarterback. I'm like, can he just be like an average quarterback first? I didn't like Kaiser. Kaiser was a turnover machine. Here, I'll give you a little stat. Kaiser had 22 interceptions last year, and that's not even all the fumbles he had. So he had 22 interceptions. Tyrod Taylor, in 3 years as a QB, he's thrown about 50 touchdowns. He only had 17 interceptions in 3 years. The Browns going to be the new Pat. Actually, the Browns, be back a long time ago in the 60s, were the Patriots. The Browns actually, in a 10-year span, went to 8 championships. Look up Otto Graham. Otto Graham went to, like, I think 8 out of 10 years he was in the championship. No, he was not good, Sauce. He made dumb decisions constantly. For a guy that went to Notre Dame, he might have been a smart dude in real life. When he got on the football field, he was dumb. His brain shut off when he was on the football field. He did the dumbest things as a quarterback. He would take stupid sacks all the time. He was not a good quarterback. LeBron was a hell of a tight end in high school. Now, somebody asked LeBron about that, and he's like, "No, I like basketball." The Niners will be good this year. I was so salty when the Browns didn't get Jimmy Garoppolo. But it made sense why they traded him to the Niners, because Brian Hoyer, the Niners released Brian Hoyer, which allowed the Patriots to pick him up so they would have a good backup. If you traded him to the Browns, you weren't going to have a good backup for Tom Brady. You needed somebody just in case Tom Brady went down. So it made sense for him to for them to trade him to the Niners and not the Browns. But I wanted Garoppolo. This got off the rails from video game talk to sports talk real quick. Why is my sweet Yahoo is down. All right, guys, it is that time. The Niners will be good this year, so congratulations. Niners will be good. Actually, your coach is good. We had him as our offensive coach for a while. Johnny Manziel ruined that. All right, guys, I do got to end it, though. I got to go home. Look for me about 10:30, though, if you guys want to see some old school games. 10:30, I'll just be on YouTube. I won't be on live from PlayStation, so make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see. And hit the notification bell. so you get notified when I'm online. 'Cause that's the only way you're gonna find me. Oh, sweet, 5 stars, awesome. But yeah, about 10:30, I'll do some old school streams. But I gotta go home and do some adulting first. So being an adult sucks.